Hello students, welcome back to Science Capsule, a perfect self-learning tool. So we are learning the chapter carbon and its compounds, and so far for your information 6 episodes have already been uploaded, and each of the episode is very important as far as the examination is concerned. So I provide the link of all those episodes in the I button. You can check them out, and I'll also provide in the description. So this is our 7th episode. In this episode we will be learning the concept of nomenclature of carbon compounds. Dear students, nomenclature means naming of carbon compounds. In the previous episode we have learned that millions and millions of carbon compounds exist in the nature, and naming each and every carbon compounds individually and uniquely is very important, isn't it? So naming of carbon compound is important, and this is done by following certain rules. I'll tell you 3 important steps and 3 basic steps. By following those basic steps you will easily name a carbon compound within a fraction of a second. So without wasting much time, let us begin today's video. So dear students, as far as nomenclature of carbon compounds is concerned, we have to look 2 important concepts. One is called a suffix and another one is prefix. Students, suffix is a word or a phrase which is used at the end of the carbon compound. So we can say that it is used at the end. How it is used, that we will see in the next section. And prefix is a word or a phrase which is used at the beginning of. And in the last episode we have seen about functional groups, isn't it? About functional group, a separate video has been uploaded in this channel. You can check it for more understanding. To use the functional groups in the carbon compounds, we use suffix or prefix of the functional group. For some functional groups we will be using suffix, for some functional groups we will be using prefix. Let us see what are all the functional groups we have to study in class 10th. So these are the functional groups which we have to study in class 10th. The first functional group is halogen. Under halogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. For halogen we will be using prefix, not the suffix. If we use fluorine, then the prefix would be fluoro. For chlorine it would be chloro. For bromine it would be bromo. For iodine it would be iodo. Got it? All these are prefixes. As far as class 10th is concerned, we will be using prefix for halogen. In the higher classes you will use a suffix as well. For halogen we are using prefix. For alcohol, aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid we will be using suffix. So first we will see the molecular formula of these functional groups and the suffix as well. So alcohol, the molecular formula will be OH, and for aldehyde we use C double bond OH here. For ketone we will be using C double bond O, and here carboxylic acid, here OH. Got it? The line at the left hand side of the symbol of the functional group is the free valency, which we have already discussed in the previous episode. You can check out that video. So these are the molecular formula of the functional groups. Let us see the suffix. As far as alcohol is concerned, the suffix will be OL. For aldehyde the suffix will be AL. For ketone it would be ON, that is ONE. Carboxylic acid it would be oic acid. This you have to remember. It is already given in your textbook at page number 66. By using simple trick you can easily remember the suffix of the functional groups. For alcohol you see the last 2 letters all will be the suffix. For aldehyde first 2 letters al will be the suffix. For ketone last 3 letters ONE on will be the suffix, and in carboxylic acid, oic acid, you have to remember. Molecular formula of the functional group and the suffix, which are very important in order to name a carbon compound. Once you remember all these things, with the help of 3 simple steps, you can easily name any carbon compounds within a fraction of a second. So in order to name a carbon compound, we have to follow these 3 basic steps. If you know these steps, then it's very easy to name a carbon compound. The first step is identify parent carbon compound. very important step. The first one is you count total number of carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms are there, which means the parent hydrocarbon would be butane, which we have already studied, right? The second step is look for unsaturation. Unsaturation means presence of carbon-carbon double bond or carbon-carbon triple bond. Look at the structure carefully. Do you find any carbon-carbon double or carbon-carbon triple bond? No such bond exists, right? So the second step fails. Here unsaturation is not there, so we can skip second step. Third step is identify functional group. This is one of the most important step. Look at the structure very carefully. Do you find any functional group? Yes, we have got a functional group, that is bromine, right? After finding the functional group, you should know whether the suffix is used or prefix is used. In the previous section we have discussed halogen is the only functional group in class 10th where we are going to use prefix. So here in case of bromine, we will be using bromo as the prefix, isn't it? So here the prefix need to be written as such before the hydrocarbon. So here the compound would be bromobutane. How simple, isn't it? So the naming has done. Let us name the second structure. Here also the first step is identify parent carbon compound. So here 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. When the compound has 3 carbon atoms, then the corresponding name would be propane. So I write here as propane. The second step is look for unsaturation. Here I don't find any carbon-carbon double or carbon-carbon triple bond. So we can omit second step. The third step is identify functional group. Here we have got alcohol as functional group, right? In case of alcohol, we will be using suffix. The suffix of alcohol is OL. In order to use the suffix of the functional group, what we have to do is from the hydrocarbon, the end E must be replaced with the suffix of the functional group. So here all we have to use, so we can write it as propanol, isn't it? So how simple, right? Within a fraction of a second you can find it. So this is how you can name the carbon compound. Let us take a look at the third structure. Here the first step, again 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms. If it has 4 carbon atoms, then the parent compound would be butane, isn't it? Now the second step is look for unsaturation. Here no unsaturation is there, so we can skip the second step. The third one is identify for the functional group. Here we have a functional group. Name of the functional group is aldehyde. When we have aldehyde, we will be using its suffix, so you should remember the suffix. Suffix is Al, isn't it? So the functional group with the suffix Al can be used in the carbon compound. So for that, the end E should be replaced with Al, so the compound would be butanol, isn't it? So how simply we can find the name of the compound. Now look at the fourth compound. Here we have got 3 carbon atoms, so the parent compound again is propane. The functional group carboxylic acid exists and the suffix of carboxylic acid is oic acid. So the end E of the hydrocarbon needs to be replaced with oic acid. So we will get the name as propanoic acid. Got it? Now see the fifth one. Again we will see 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. So the corresponding name of the hydrocarbon would be propane again. So here I write it as propane. Now second step is look for unsaturation. Here we see carbon-carbon double bond. When there exists carbon-carbon double bond, it belongs to alkene family, isn't it? If we have triple bond, then it belongs to alkyne family. So here carbon-carbon double bond indicates that there exists an unsaturation and the hydrocarbon should be named as last ANE should be replaced with ENE in case of alkene, that is double bond. In case of triple bond, it should be replaced with YNE, which denotes alkyne. From the propane, we have to replace ANE with ENE, so the name would be propene, isn't it? Now the third step is again look for the functional group. Here we have chlorine. As far as chlorine is concerned, we are going to use prefix. So prefix of chlorine is chloro. So before the name of the compound we have to use. So the compound would be chloropropene. if you know how to use these 3 steps effectively, then it's a very easy. In a fraction of a second you will name a carbon compound. Here 2 carbon compounds are given, one is pentanoic acid and another one is fluoropropane. Let us find the structure. So how to draw this? Firstly, you have to find the parent hydrocarbon. Here it is very clear that the parent hydrocarbon is pentane and the functional group exists in this compound is carboxylic acid. With this idea we can easily make the structure. So here pentane is the parent structure. So firstly what you have to do is the parent hydrocarbon you have to make. So here pentane will have 5 carbon atoms. So here I am making 5 carbon atoms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 atoms. And the functional group we have to mention. The second step is use of functional group. Here oic acid, the molecular formula of the carboxylic acid group would be here, this one. This is the molecular formula. So one of the carbon we have to convert it as carboxylic group. So here we have to make this as the carboxylic acid, and remaining carbon atoms are to be satisfied with the hydrogen. So here the each carbon atom should possess the valency of 4. So ensure that all the carbon atoms are with 4 bonds, so that the valency of 4 will be fulfilled. So this is the structural formula of pentanoic acid. Easy, isn't it? Now let us find the structure of fluoropropane. Here we see propane as the parent hydrocarbon and fluorine is the functional group or the heteroatom. So propane will have 3 carbon atoms. So carbon skeleton we will make first. After this fluorine is the functional group present, so that we have to add. Here I am adding fluorine. Rest all the carbon atoms are to be fulfilled with the hydrogen. Here the valency of carbon needs to be satisfied. So in order to satisfy this I am using hydrogen. So this is the structure of fluoropropane. How easy, isn't it? So this is how the structure of any carbon compounds can be found out, by having the idea of molecular formula of hydrogen, suffix of the functional group, and knowing the parent hydrocarbon. So this is all about nomenclature of carbon compounds. So that's all we have in today's video. See you all on next episode. Bye bye.